clicking on all the wrong buttons. Kia ora, welcome to the Old Man stream, Old Man Gaming stream. Bit of a strange one today. Hey, Yumika Shivli Dachi, how are you? Sup, old man? How you doing? I'm just going to go to my chat screen actually. Haven't seen you around for a while. How you been? Hope you're all well. You're good? Nice. Nice. Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you based? Michael Toady with the share. Are you doing Warzone? I'm actually having a chat about taxes. New Zealand taxes and stuff for content creators. So I won't be doing Warzone quite this minute, and then I have to go have dinner at about 6:30, so I'm only allowed on for half an hour. I have to go do something else. But let's get some games in. Charlie Sarich with the like. How are you, Charlie? Thanks for joining the stream. We're not warzoning this evening. We are talking about tax. That's probably just as exciting as watchers playing Warzone and getting dubs. No, it's not actually, is it? But just a special one, actually. A special one because there's been some conversations around, or some information released about content creators and what they need to do for taxes. So I thought I'd host a little bit of a live to talk about some things that I've found out. Booyakasha! Kupa Albert. How are you, Kupa? Just gonna like some of these comments. Hello, old fella, how are ya? I like to do that in my old man voice. Just like how you type it. Does it sound good, mate? Does it? Sound good? Let's have some of my cup of tea. It's actually Guinness, but looks like a cup of tea, right? Damn good. So I thought at 6 p.m. on the dot, I'll start talking about some of this tax stuff. Now I'm just going to shift back to the document at hand, and I'm not going to talk specifically about the document, but I am going to talk about some things that people need to know when it comes to being a content creator, getting money, paying taxes, etc. Sounds top righto there, big lad. Lads. Big lads. Is that lads? Chris Ruguay. Top. Just going to shift my camera back to this one. There we go. So on the IRD website, PUB00365, it sounds like a gamer tag right there. Look, PUB00365, content creators tax issues. Sounds like a gamer tag. There's some stuff in there about the draft digital content creators interpretation statement. I'm not going to delve into that, but what it has done is sparked me to talk about taxes. Yeah, taxes for our people that are making content, being paid to make content, doing a bloody good job, mate, of making content. And what we don't want them to be doing is to be put off by the compliance. JP with the like. How are you, JP? We don't want them to be put off by the compliance. So just a couple of things for me to mention while we have this conversation. Feel free to ask questions. Just a couple of things to mention. This is New Zealand tax. So if you're in New Zealand, this is an important thing to know. If you're in another country, you're going to have to go get some other advice from wherever country you reside, from an accountant there. And I would suggest anyway that this information is general. It's general. And that you should go get some advice specific to your situation. Okay? That's what you should do. A little bit about me. So, you may all be thinking that I'm a professional gamer. Right? Oldman Shesus, bloody awesome gamer. at Warzone, PUBG, Warcraft, Command and Conquer, every video game that has ever been, Mario Brothers. You might think I'm just bloody brilliant at all those games, right? Well, I'm also an accountant. Surprising. I hid that from you. It's kind of like, this is kind of like Superman. Shesus is like Superman. And during the day, I'm Jeremy Toady. Humble accountant guy. Humble accountant guy in the news, writing articles. I work for an accounting firm. There you go. I've taken the mask off, and I've told you who I am. I'm an accountant. I work for Plus Chartered Accountants. Me and Mato work together. We're partners in an accounting firm. I know it's a shock. But there you go. So I've been doing public practice accounting for 20 odd years. I know I don't look that old, but 20 something years, 23 years or some shit. And I've been doing business advisory for, equally as long. Hey, Katie Dickinson with the like. I have been writing a column for about 10 years. I've recently kind of just laid off that for now, given I've got a lot of stuff to do. Trustee for a number of charitable trusts. Oh, who's that handsome fella? Exactly. Can't recognize him, can you? Can't recognize him. Just totally lost my train of thought right then. So that's what I do for a job. I do tax stuff for my job. Just sort of thrown me there, Katie. Thank you. So I do tax stuff, yeah. And what I wanted to do was just share some information, share some knowledge for content creators. I don't want them to be put off by not filing their tax returns or not declaring their income. Anytime I'm here to help. Thanks, Katie. I don't want them to be put off by that stuff. This is part of our business, yeah. Do not fear it. Content creators are smart people. VILIFYI. Do you get paid as well as an accountant? I have to declare that income. I'm self-employed. I employ myself. I know, Chris. Do we have to file taxes? Oh, yes, that's what we've got to talk about. But the thing is for people, for a lot of people is that the IRD have that thing about it, doesn't it? The IRD, when you get a letter from the IRD, it's like, or if you have to file a tax return, it's like, it's like, I don't know, it's like getting hacked. It's like being shot by a hacker. You hate it. But it is part of what we do as content creators. Don't fear it. I don't know. I only started a month or two ago. And here's the thing. So don't fear it. Get to know it. I can provide you with some help, but you need to get advice specific. Yeah, I'm my own boss, brother. Oldman Shesus. Yeah, Clark Kent. Yeah. Superman. Clark Kent. Superman. Oh, really? Oh, there you go. Now that makes sense. Shock, Katie, better listen too. Hey, look, it's general advice. It's pertinent if you're in New Zealand. I want to make sure that you're armed with the knowledge that you need to know about if you receive money from content creation, be it stars, Facebook stars. They call them donations. They're not donations, it's income, right? But if you receive money, YouTube, any of that sort of stuff, then you're going to need to make sure you file a tax return. That's what sparked this document released by the IRD. And I also just want to tag up this. Oh, that's not it. Not slavery. It wasn't a slavery thing. I can't find it. It's gone. But it was on the news recently about influencers who receive goods for free. They have to pay tax on those as well. Really is like the stream. Thank you. So it's 6:05 p.m. I'm just going to have a sip of my Guinness. And then I'm going to get started with the quartet or have a bit of a conversation. There we go. What? What? Exactly, Katie. And this is what I want you guys to be aware of. So the first thing, Neil Wright with the like. How are you, Neil? The first thing that I want you guys to think about, and I want this to be a light session. I don't want to dive too deep. Don't want you to be scared. Congratulations if you are. There's your first problem, Guinness. If you are a streamer, if you are a content creator, congratulations first of all, because it's not an easy thing to do, right? We know we're on the spotlight for people to see us. We might, generally, it's a thing we're sort of figuring out as we go along. How to talk to people, how the sound works, how the game works for some of us. Che bro, henare up maira. How the game works, So congratulations if you are a streamer or you're a gamer or you're a content creator. Don't fear it. Get into it. That's the mahi you want to do. I know you love it if you're out there putting yourself out there. This is part of the game. So the first thing I want to talk about is... Nope, sure isn't. Tell you exhausting. You love it, bro. I know you love it. Income. Now, let me just see if I can type the word income in here. Where is it? And I probably can't, can I? It's disappeared. Kia ora, Herb. Income. So here's the thing. If you earn $200 or more a year from content creation, the IRD generally wants you to do a tax return. So $200 or more a year, and you're going to have to declare that income. Okay? Be it stars, donations. There, that's the thing, Chris. Stars, donations, payments, advertisements, commissions. This document says if you're receiving money for being Superman on the stream, you need to pay taxes. So it's not a gift. It's income based on money you're receiving for providing entertainment. Entertainment. Here's some entertainment. Oh no, I pushed the wrong button. Shit. Are you not entertained? What the heck has gone on? I've gone on the wrong one. Oh man. Need a moderator. No, it's that one. Need to delete some of... There we go. There we go. Yes, so we get tax on gifted. So yeah, you're right. It's a donation. I know it says stars, donations, but it's not. And this is the document that IRD are putting out there. They're saying if you receive $200 from stars, YouTube, stream elements, advertisements, from whatever, more than $200, you have to do a tax return. How they know a donor is a donor and not a gift, that's an interesting point, Katie, so I'm going to come to that. So stars, donations, payments, advertisements, commissions, they want you to do a tax return if you earn over $200. So where it might not be income for you, and this is in that document, is they've said if your family gift you money. So it looks at the relationship between you and the person giving you money. So, okay, so if your mum gives you some money, then it's likely that it may not be income. But if other people who are watching you give you stars, stars are a big one because we're on Facebook right now, then if you earn over $200 in a year, you will need to file a tax return. Katie says secondary tax. So what would happen is that no tax is deducted from the money you receive from Facebook. But what will happen is that you need to put it in your tax return, and it forms part of the income in your tax return. Okay? So you just need to consider who's giving you the money, and generally we get money from all over the place. If you receive goods, so for example, Guinness, and this is not sponsored by Guinness, but Guinness send me a 30-pack of Guinness, and I somehow use it in the stream and promote them. I'm providing them with a service. I actually need to put the value of that Guinness in my tax return. Yeah. That's what they're saying. This is what this document is talking about. Wait, so you're telling me if we streamers get gifted stars, it's taxable? Yep. Yeah, that's right, bro. That's right. That's the document. I'll share the document again. Sorry, I'm in my my running gear, so I'm all sweaty. Sweetie, just had a run. Now I'm having my Guinness. Yeah, it's taxable. So absolutely. Sorry, I'm missing some of the notification. I apologise for that. Ko mano takuingo has like Kane King is like Herb is like. So if you're under 18, at school and you're earning under rules are a little bit different if you're at school and under 18, all right? There are some exemptions. And you might look at me and think, well, old man, you're not under 18 and you're correct. Yep, you're correct. So I would need to put the stars I've earned in my tax return. Now, they've talked about prize money, and this is an interesting one. So I'm Oldman Shesus, I'm a streamer, I'm a gamer. I enter a competition, and I win money as a result. They're saying that's taxable income. If I'm just a normal person, and God knows I'm not normal, yeah, I'm not normal. But if I was a normal person that just entered a competition and won the money, likely I don't have to put it in my tax return. Yeah? So there you go. So remember, I just want to, far from 18, OG. Charlotte Leadbetter, All Things Tax Girl with the new changes. Remember, this is general advice. It's for people in New Zealand. When I do my tax, every tax time it shows up in my tax return. Oh, automatically, Jeremy. Whereabouts are you? Chill Kiwi coming in. Billy, what? Yeah. I'll share the document that the ID's put out there. They want us to comment on it. Alex Dean has liked the stream. How are you, Alex? So that's income. So I've talked about income. $200 or more. Stars donations. If you receive money from your mum. I haven't received money from my mum for a long time. It's probably not income. You receive goods, income. Like Guinness, send me some Guinness. WEC, and some exemptions if you're under 18 and at school as well. If you receive prize money and you're a streamer, could be up for tax. As well. I downloaded that piece. Cool. So the second thing I want to talk about is hobby versus business. Yeah. So in this document, it talks about receiving money regularly. I do my tax. Yeah. I do my tax online myself, but never added it myself. I know I'm in Australia, but I find this interesting. Cool as. I just want to make sure this is general advice. This is talking to a document. I'll post a document up. So the second thing I want to talk about, because there's 5 things I want to talk about. The second one is hobby versus business. So that talks about, if you're online regularly, it's more of a business. If you're online, putting yourself out there, trying to earn income, then you're running a business, yeah? But if you are intermittent, not as regular, and you still receive over $200, still got to do a tax return. That's what it says. Okay? That's what it says. So the hobby versus business thing, I think, is kind of like is a nothing, really. It's a nothing. Nothing. Over $200, got to put it in your tax return. Dumb. Yeah, dumb. I don't make the rules. I guess they got to build roads, hospitals, moot point. Yeah, moot point. Kapai. Okay, so number 3, third thing. Where's my camera? 3. Toru. Yeah. Third thing I want to talk about are deductions. When you made your page, did you have to enter your TFN? My tax number? No, I did not. I did not have to enter my tax number. Interesting. Facebook didn't want me to. They just wanted to wrap me in their arms and get me earning money so that people could buy stars for them, because they get a piece, right? Oh, did you? I didn't have to. I didn't have to enter my IRD number. That's interesting. Oh, well, it's maybe things are changing. They're part of these changes because they know that content creators, that's on the rise, man. That's the new thing. Oh, well, you had to, otherwise you couldn't make the page. Oh, wow, interesting. I haven't had anything come up, but I guess I am Oldman Shesus, The rules, well, yeah, monetizing. The rules will apply to me because I have to put a tax return in. I guess I'm being watched very closely to make sure I follow the rules given given I'm Superman. So, third thing, deductions. So you can claim costs against your income. Okay? So if you earn money, you're more than $200, you put that in your tax return, there are costs you can claim. There are costs you can claim, and some of those costs might be the cost of the game you play. This is very general, but I'm just sort of summarizing. If you're a gamer, the cost of your game you play. I see one streamer, he drinks vodka every time you give him stars. And to me, that's part of his gig, drinking shots of vodka. And I know he's not in this country, but I would imagine that that's part of his thing, how he makes money. Merchandise. So if you're selling merch, and the cost of that would be deductible. Yeah. What did Charlie? Damn, I need that. Yep, I did. And I took to identify about. They said it's not a steady income. It's fine, but if it does, then you have to declare it. I was honest. Over $200 is what this document is talking about. Then you need to put it in your tax return. Boys and girls, add those gaming setups to your tax return. Yes. So the cost of what you use. So it might also be graphics. It might also be, Dr. Disrespect. I know he's in another country, but we've got streamers that dress up. That buy dress up stuff. Have their gimmick, which is part of their persona. My gym gear, I wouldn't be able to claim this even though I'm using it on the stream, right? I wouldn't be able to claim that. My old man hat, my headphones, all that sort of stuff. Anything that you use for your business. It talks about, so it could be your PC setup, the game you play that you use to stream with, software. You might be using PDF Creator to do some of your posts, the advertising and things that you buy. So just looking at the questions. So say if you spent $5,000, for example, on a setup to buy a PC and stream setup, is that something you can put forward? Yes, it is. But there are rules you need to know about it, okay? So I know I'm sort of delving into it because I know people are like, we need this information. Can I have your hat? I got a hat for you, bro. Send me your address, I'll send you a hat. And I can get a tax deduction for it, probably. But anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm being an idiot. I've got to remain serious, right? Be serious, old man. So when you spend more than $1,000 on gear, so say you buy a PC and it's $2,000, you can claim a percentage of that under depreciation. Okay. So during the lockdown, they made some tax changes and they said if you spent up to can I have your cat too? Hat, not my cat, my hat. Thanks, Chris Rukuwai. I'm going to promote Old Man on my stream and claim it on tax. Where was I? I was saying that if you buy a PC for $2,000, you can depreciate it. And that depreciation is at 50% on technical gear like that. Website be 50%. So that's getting into the nitty gritty of it. But in a nutshell, make it a gift to a cousin. You have to pay tax on it. And this hat's worth $1 million, cousin. It's worth $1 million. Anyway, there are costs you can claim. The amount of space you use in your house to do your streaming. So that's another cost that you can claim. It's in this document as well. So not only does it talk about this is what you will be paying tax on, it's also, and you can claim this stuff against it as well. Is it worth it to depreciate, or does it create hurdles later? Now, gear like that, like computer gear, depreciates quite quickly. So in your first year, it will depreciate by half. So $2,000 PC will depreciate by 50% in year one, as long as you bought it at the beginning of the financial year. And then 50% again of whatever's left over, etc. It's probably worth it if you're making a bit of money on stars. It's probably worth it to reduce your tax and to get, and I might do a stream on that later, but to understand, really to understand what you can claim against your income, it's probably worth having a really good look at that. Because if you are earning money, if you don't do your tax return right, or if you don't include the costs and have those calculations done, then you'll be paying more tax than you should. Yeah, it is over 200. It is over 200 in the year. Yeah. Now, during the lockdown from April 2020, March the something 2020 to March the 16th, 2021, they changed the rules on what you could claim in terms of depreciable assets. So your $2,000 PC was an instant tax deduction. Okay, so they allowed people who spent up to $5,000 to, in that period of time, March 16, 2020 to March 17, 2021, something like that. In that period, you could claim it all up front, and that was a response to what happened with COVID. Then they've changed it back to $1,000. Don't feel nervous, Katie. The point of this is really to give you some information and knowledge around it, because I don't want you to be surprised about it later. So just like playing PUBG, or just like all the things that you've learned as a streamer, this is just one of those things that you'll know, that you got to know. And if there is more, if there are people that want to have a look or want to discuss this more, then I'm happy to do some more lives about it, because it's what I do. It's my Clark Kent job. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to do that if people want to come in and do want to talk about it, do want to watch it. Maybe I'll make a private group, so it's maybe, I don't know, maybe so it's not all public information. But you know, yeah, thanks, Clark. But what I do want to do is make sure that people are aware. I want to raise this as a talking point. Don't fear it. Don't let it stop what you're doing, because man, this leads on to some amazing things. Hell yeah, any backdoor things. Yeah, there are some tips and tricks that have happened over the last year, because you can imagine, right? I mean, that's when I started streaming a lot, was during the lockdown. I was stressed out, I was bored, I was working like 12 hours a day doing my Clark Kent job, and I needed an outlet, and so we started streaming PUBG, because we'd get online together, have a chat, have a couple of beers. Speaking of beer, you know, and that kind of kicked it all off. And a lot of people did that because it was a good escape from everything that was going on out there. But don't let the fear of this put you off. Can I just say, do not do that. Please do not let it do that. That's not what I'm trying to do. We're trying to arm everyone with the knowledge that they need to know to make sure that their streams are successful, and that their business, this is a business, that their business is successful. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, just, yeah, that thing about just keep going. The second thing was income. We talked about income. The third thing was hobby versus business. Have I miscounted, or I've got my 1 and 2. I've talked briefly about deductions, which are, you know, the cost of your gear, the space of your house that you use for your streaming, some of the gear, like my pants and my undies, obviously I can't claim on, yeah, but my games, maybe the packs that I buy in Modern Warfare that I talk about, all the stuff that I use there, I can claim. Now, fourth thing, this was brought to you by Guinness. Yeah, man, it tastes good too. I don't know, something about going for a run or doing exercise and having a Guinness afterwards. It's just so awesome. The next thing I wanted to talk to you fellas about is GST. So only if you're earning more than $60,000 in a year do you need to worry about GST. Okay? More than 60k a year, GST. So, I mean, I don't have to worry about that yet. For revenue, correct, for streaming revenue. So until you hit that 60k a year, what's that, 5k a month and stars, payments or whatever, then you don't need to worry about GST until you hit that threshold. Okay. Final thing in this sort of tax chat, keep records. You need to keep receipts for things that you claim. So if you're doing your tax return, and maybe that's something, if there's demand for it, maybe to go through a little bit of an example on how that might work. You need to have receipts to back up your claims, okay? So the receipt for your microphone, for example, or the receipt for your software. The good thing is that for most things like graphics that we might use, or stuff you might buy on Trade Me, like your Elgato HD60 or your laptop, you'll get an email for some of that stuff for streaming revenue. Is that general or streaming? So 60k is for streaming revenue. Streaming revenue, 60k, you got to register for GST. Damn it! Did you keep your receipts? So you need to have receipts. The IRD will want you to hold those receipts for 7 years. 7 years. Now, if you don't get a receipt because you bought it from someone second hand, you can still claim it. You just need to make sure you've got the name and address of the person that you bought it from, so that it can be kind of like traced back, I guess, if you like. But anything else you might buy from Noel Leemings or Harvey Norman's, 7 years, yeah. Lucky 7. PB Tech. From the old man, you buy your old man hoodies and your old man beanies because it's getting cold. You want to dress up and look really cool. Get a receipt so you can claim it. I think it's a good idea for you to keep receipts online. You can keep them online. So the rules changed in 2011 when Xero came out, because they wanted to launch software to record receipts in the cloud. And so the IRD changed the rules to say that digital copies of receipts, Karpai. Yeah. So there's lots of apps that you can download, or you can even use Google Drive to take a photo and store them in there. You just need to make sure you can access them should the IRD want to see them. Okay. Now, I don't know how many receipts or costs you might have. Shouldn't be a lot. Shouldn't be a lot, mate. Right. So, but you still need to keep them. So online is fine as long as you can access them online. In the cloud is good. Google Doc. HubDoc is another good app for keeping your receipts. You just need to have access to them should you be asked to prove that you made a purchase on something that you have claimed in your tax return. Yeah? And that, I think, other than that, keep good records, keep your receipts, declare your income, understand what you can claim as costs. Do not fear the tax man. Do not fear it. They're there to do their job, but it's not something you need to be afraid of. Fear is something that really stops people from doing what they do. Don't worry about it. You work through it, just like, getting a chicken dinner or a victory on Warzone, a dub. It's not hard. It's not that hard. And there are people that can help you. Get advice. Ask questions, just like what you're doing here. The purpose of this is to make you aware of the things you need to know about streaming and tax. Okay? And that's all I have to say. Lenny, thanks for sharing and liking. So Ray, thanks for the like. Alex Dean with the like. Thanks everyone for Charlie for the like. Jay, everyone. Yes, it is overwhelming. I will agree. Those documents are written by tax experts, I guess. Yeah, written by tax experts for accountants for comment. They're trying to make us all aware. Carl put in his like. Hey, Carl. No gaming today. They can be overwhelming, but do not fear. Do not fear that. Don't let it stop you. No gaming today. I might be able to sneak on later. I might be able to. I tell you, there's a game I want to play called Returnal on PlayStation 5 that I was going to stream. So I was going to do a little bit of that. But maybe it's Warzone with the boys later. So they want commentary on it. Okay, so yes. So coming back to this document, I'm just going to change to the content creators document here. There it is there. So what I am going to do is post this up in the chat. Oh, if I can. Where is it? There. And I guess, really, 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 let me just pin this. Oh, shit. Sorry, everyone, as I battle with my technology. Oh, my God. Where is it? There it is. Yes, so they want commentary on all these things inside the tax issues interpretation statement. Now, I, for one, kind of think that $200, come on, really? They're sort of saying for children under 18, you don't have to declare anything until it's over $2,340 for children. I think that makes sense, I guess. But why can't it be that for, adults stream? I don't know. It just seems so low, $200. Because I don't know, but they do want. You guys might have some thoughts around this document and go, well, this doesn't seem right to me. For me, the threshold is too low. That's what I think. I think they need to look at that as a whole, $200, right? Maybe they need some more clarification on things like, what we can claim, because there's quite a lot of stuff that goes into streaming. Maybe there's some stuff that's been missed. It talks in there about cryptocurrencies, and if you're paid by cryptocurrencies as well, you've got to declare that stuff too. $200 is ridiculous. Yeah, that is one thing I look and go, what? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I guess the other difficult thing with all of this is that because it's all digital, Facebook, government, it's all digital. It's easy for them to get the information. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've sort of said to Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or whatever, hey, can you give us a list of people who have earned over $200? And I don't think it's and please don't fear that again. Again, it's an awareness thing, but they do that because it's easy to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it will be information for them, Katie. It will be information. No, so your rate at which you will be paying tax is at your personal income tax rate in your tax return. So if you look, I guess what I'll show you here is income tax rates. Now I'm just going to Google that. There we go. Actually, I'm just going to click on this one in there. So it goes into your tax return, and these are the income tax rates here for individuals. Can you guys see that? I'll just move this over here. Oh, it's not changing. What the heck? There we go. Oh, chat's in the way. Oh, there we go. So your first $14,000 is taxed at 10.5%. 14,000. Can you see that? 14,000 and up to 48 grand is the next tax bracket, which is 17.5. If you earn between 48,000, 70,000, it's 30%. So over 70 is 33%, up to 180 grand, and income over 180 grand is taxed at 39 cents in the dollar. This is from 1 April 2021. It's different up to 31 March 2021. Sorry. So I'll just show you those rates there. Yeah. So just type in income tax rates New Zealand, and it'll give you rates. And I guess you know what you earn in your current occupation, your Clark Kent job, and then if you know what you earn there, you'll look at what your income is, and go, okay, well, my tax rate is 30% after expenses, is what I'll be paying tax on. Does it matter if you change your tax code mid-year? Again, it's about looking at what you earn over a year. No, it doesn't. Secondary tax is people think that secondary tax is like extra tax, but it ain't. It all washes out at the end of the year. No, you're good. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate the questions. ka pai, and I think other people might have the same question. It might be shy. A lot of shy people in the chat. A lot of these fellas are shy. So ka pai, I think it's good that you ask questions. There may be people who want to ask these questions too, might be a bit shy. So ka pai. And anyone else in there who has questions that they want to ask about this stuff, again, I'm giving very general advice, very general sort of advice. And this isn't something that one live stream is gonna give you all the information for, right? This is really just an awareness exercise for now, and hopefully I've helped give you information that's useful. And then from here, we look at what else we can claim or fine tune, or maybe, I don't know, you guys might go, can you do a live on what I can claim and give us some examples, sort of type thing. And again, it'll be very general, but just to help increase that knowledge. Hey OG, so me owning my own business, am I meant to be paying 33% tax? If you earn over 70k up to March 2021, yes. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't have any idea about this going to streaming. I didn't. Yes. So that's the thing. I think, and the confusion is, it talks about donations a lot in the streaming world. It talks about, stars as donations or gifts. And when we think gift, you give it. You give it. You know what I mean? It's like a donation. It's like a donation. That's the terminology they're using, but it's income because we're providing an entertainment service. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right, Katie. It is, and you know what? We do it because we love it, right? Really, we do this because we love gaming. We love the interactions with the people that we come across in the stream. So, this is, and that's why I don't want people to be put off, because I think it's really important that we continue to do the things that we love to do. Don't let this put you off. And Joe Ed, 33% tax you will pay depending on what your income is. And I guess it's important to know how much you're making. And I would suggest that every person who's self-employed or streaming or whatever, think about or monitor on like a monthly basis how much you're making after expenses, and then you can work out what your tax, how much you should be keeping aside for tax at the end of the year. Yeah, 8 to 10 hours a day, I know, but I do maybe 3 to 6 hours a week if I'm lucky. Me too. I'm pretty sure you do more than 3 to 6 hours a week though, in my view. I've seen you on more than that, just comparing more than me. But yeah, it is a passion. Yeah. So I hear what you're saying. That's the hobby thing. But it doesn't matter if it's fun and it's a hobby. It's about the money. It's about how much money you're making. Yeah. So yeah. Now, I hope I have helped during this live. It's 40 minutes of the live. I think I'm just going to finish the rest of my Guinness now. If you want to have more of a conversation about some of this, PM me, send me a message, and maybe we can look at another live just to drill in a little bit more into some detail. What I was actually thinking, everyone, is maybe we almost, and maybe this exists already, but we almost need a representative body for gaming and streaming to say, because we could all send in individual submissions for comments, but we almost need like a body, a representative group, a group. We need a group to like put in to say that all these streamers that are part of this group, this is what we want to see. You know what I mean? Maybe we need to think about that, have a representative body for New Zealand, so that we're not all individual voices, we're a collective of people. Hi Franklin Tupu Natau is now following. Thank you, Franklin. So, maybe it is something that we need to do, is get a group of people together and go, we want to represent gamers, streamers, content creators, to discuss with the government or IRD. We want an esports arena, we want a I don't know, and go to IRD and go, these are some of the things we want to change, Frankie. These are some of the things we want to change. Maybe that's something we really need to think about in the grand scheme of things for content creators, gamers, and streamers. Hey, look, that's all I've got. Make sure you rewatch Franklin. It's super important. Cheda Moko, Super Mantis in the stream. And that's me, Fana. That's me. That's me for the stream. I just want to say thanks to everyone for joining in. I was only going to do like a 15-minute live. But it's been 40 minutes of conversation about taxes. I hope it's helped you. Fano. And like I said, PM me if we want to talk a little bit more in depth about some of this stuff. It's not for scariness. This is for helpfulness. Right? So maybe do that if you like. And maybe we need to think about, cool, Kapaya. That was super helpful. We'd love to discuss more. And like I said, we almost need like a body, a representative group to go to the IRD or go to these places and represent streamers on a large scale. Yeah. Thanks for raising the topic and awareness, Kapai. I might do another one in another week. Touch base. I'll put something up. Have a bit more of a corridor about how we felt about this one. Feel free to rewatch this one. Feel free to send me questions. And other than that, I'll be back a little bit later on tonight, hopefully, to play some Warzone. With the OGs. Until then, Fano, you have a lovely evening. It's dinner time, so make sure you go have a kai. Catch you. Fue, when did old Mantis get in here? Catch you. Thanks for raising the topic anyways. Thanks for joining in, Fano. We'll see you again soon. Promise. See you fellas here soon. Later, Bo. Laters.